What's that?
Some gummy bears?
Gummy bears? Where'd you see gummy bears?
Welcome to Future Folk Supply. My husband and I own this business. We custom build furniture and fixtures for residential and commercial projects. Right now we are working on a project for pFriem and we're really excited to have you here so we can show you what we're doing. We're building some very big signs for the new location in Cascade Locks, and we're also working on a lighting project for the entryway. I used to work for pFriem probably for 4 years, starting in 2014, and they grew to be like a family to me, and so we're really excited to be involved with this project. Why don't y'all come inside and check it out?
I came from the mud, there's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree, there's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Won't shoot me down soon.
This is Jason. He's in working on the 10-foot Reef logo sign. This thing is really big, and so it's going to take some really good structural support to get it to hang on the building. Do you want to tell us what you have left and what you're working on?
Yeah, right now we're just putting on all the mounting supports, which are these. There's one here, one at the bottom, maybe two on each side. And once I'm done with that, this thing goes off the powder coat. We're going to powder coat it a satin black, and then we've got a friend coming up from Portland to do some hand painted gold wreath touches on it. So we're super excited about it.
So this is our wordmark logo sign. The letters are around 4 to 6 feet in height, and it'll span over around 19 feet on the building. So just laying here in the shop, it looks kind of small, but I have a feeling once it is in the air, it's going to be gigantic.
Welcome. Today I'm going to talk about phase 2 of Halyard. What we're doing right now is starting to lay the infrastructure, utilities, site work to make room for our new brew house, which is arriving in May. We have a 3D rendering of the building to give you a better idea of kind of the scope of the project. This section where my cursor is, this is the tap room. If you've had the opportunity to sit at some of the coolest seats, in my point of view, you can actually look down the cellar, see the fermenters, and then the 15-barrel brew house in the back. Majority of the beers here will be R&D beers, but also, I guess, continuing allowing us to innovate. We're pushing this East brew house pretty hard. The new brew house will allow us to shift some of our production away from there and free up time for some of the beers going down to Cascade Locks, really playing around with ingredients. This is the existing building, which is 20,000 square feet. Right now we are currently doing the flat work for a malt storage room. Malt room will have storage as well as 2 super sack stations and a bag dump. With Cascade Locks going online, we are moving the barrels out. I think it's a little over 700 barrels total. As well as starting to move the mixed fermentation sour pad. Looking at this area, this will be now what we're calling our West Brew House. It's a GEA 5-vessel brew house with also a mill star. So the mill star is conditioned milling. First vessel on the left is the mash kettle. Second vessel is the lauter tun. From the lauter tun, we'll be able to go into the kettle for the first brew. The second brew will be able to go directly into the pre-run vessel. And then we have our whirlpool.
What this brew house allows us to do is achieve all of our goals. We are able to produce an excellent ratio of beer related to time in the day to come out of the brew house, and we're able to do that in a very, very high quality fashion. Every part of the brew house has been customized to our needs to make sure that we can make the best pFriem beer possible. We've been shopping for years and working with different vendors to find the perfect brew house for us. Through our selection, we went to Germany.
And you told me you were correct. It is gorgeous. This is the jam.
And there we have chosen to work with GEA. They are renowned manufacturers. It's going to be excellent for us to have another boost to quality. The system is going to be able to keep down the ingress of oxygen throughout the brewing process, which will make a beer that has a stronger integrity and which allows it to be even better when it's fresh, but even have a longer shelf life. And then of course, we make more beer, which is a beautiful thing.
There will be people working frantically in there to make sure our building is finished on time. Be careful of them, that they don't drop tools on your head. Also be careful of things on the ground. Big cables like this are 480 volt. Mind their plugs because they can kill you very quickly. Okay, let's go. You can see we're just about finished with all of the glass. If you stand about right here and use your imagination, you'll be looking down the barrel alley. So this barrel alley will hold all of our wine barrels. All of our mixed culture beer will move down here. We'll be 2 racks deep on either side with a 10-foot wide alley down the middle that centers on these 2 windows. So this space up here will be a mezzanine area that we can use to, once we're upstairs, we can go up there and look down on all of our barrels and onto the sour production pad. That will be very cool. Also up there, there's an open office space and a great big conference room that we can utilize. This cold box is 5,000 square feet, 50 by 100. Yeah. Distillers barrels will live in the room behind me. It will be 55 degrees Fahrenheit at all times. We have windows looking down from the office space above, so we can look down onto our distillers barrels. And don't worry, there's mood lighting in here as well. As you can see, all of our bottles that we've been packaging so diligently over the past couple of weeks have landed in this room. Again, wide, shallow, very tall. That's the tour.
Hey, we're in Würzburg, Germany. We're here because the brew house is about to wrap up and we're going to do one final last inspection before it gets crated and shipped out.
Yeah, right. What's that?
Some gummy bears.
Gummy bears? Where'd you see gummy bears? Yeah. Well done, Oliver. Looks good.
Great. So now it's time to move everything to Cascade Locks. We have so many things to move. We better get started. We're done. We moved all of the things. They moved from Hood River to Cascade Locks. I'm gonna go take a nap, and after that, I'll show you the new facility.